Yes, people get angsty. Yes, people get a little restive. That's the mental positivity. That's the mental wellness we have to focus on. Kumar, your latest initiative is also listed amongst perhaps one of the most innovative. Sudesh Verma, thank you for your patience. I'm coming to you, sir, with a lot of questions, listening to all our panelists, and then we'll come across to the voice that is going to represent the government or the party in power. So, Kumar, let me ask you this. Is this a telltale sign that we have to ensure that there is a certain level of mental positivity, mental health, because that outlook has to be good? And I'm going to request you to just lean forward a bit, Kumar. On your frame, we are all working with technology, so I'm going to ask you to just lean forward a bit as you make your answer. Go ahead, please.
Sure, thanks. Thank you, Anand. I think some very valid points made by all the esteemed panelists. We all agree that what we are seeing is something unprecedented, and for one which there is no standardized operating procedure which will be 100% accurate. No country's disaster management policy or SOPs will get it right completely. And I think India has done phenomenally well on several counts, but knowing the complexities of our nation, with the urban-rural divide, with the size of the population, and the not so great infrastructure which we've always had, I think we've done phenomenally well. So if we agree that this is not something which you can run by the book and run by the numbers and data alone, then there's a lot that one has to rely on in terms of the neuroscience of decision making, having faith in oneself, empowering the right people, which I think our government has done phenomenally well to a very large extent. Of course, we haven't got it 100% right. If you look at the fact that today's citizens, like you said, haven't
people are by and large, following the lockdown fairly seriously and fairly peacefully, also tells me that to a certain extent people are coming to terms with the fact that this is the only way. In the absence of a vaccine, in the absence of a cure for the virus, the only way is social distancing, and they will follow it. And I think lockdown 1.0 was all about lives versus livelihoods. Unfortunately, to a certain extent, that's how it happened. But now in lockdown 2.0, I think the government is taking adequate steps of saying, well, lives and livelihoods, and how do we strike that fine balance, which is not easy to do, especially in some of the sectors which you mentioned, services, airlines, F&B, hospitality, general sort of commercial services, offices. It's not easy. Look at our cities like Mumbai and New Delhi. How is it possible to open out general office functioning in these cities without, let's say, opening public transport? Can you imagine millions of people taking the daily train or the metro in Mumbai or Delhi in today's environment? It's impossible. So we have to give credit where it's due. And from a neuroscience perspective, one has to look at several aspects. Like, how are we ensuring we are fit in our brains to have healthier, calmer minds? It is boiling down to a mental game, if I can call it, at every level, from the decision maker to the people, the citizens of India who are bearing with those decisions, who are following those decisions. It's waiting. It's a game of resilience. It's a game of having faith. It's a game of feeling empowered for the leadership. It's a game of feeling, righteous. So everyone is walking a knife's edge. As an entrepreneur, and several startups, thousands of SMEs are making decisions on a day-to-day basis, whether to retain people, whether to do furloughing, whether to do job cuts or salary cuts or scale down operations. It's almost like learning how to drive a car whilst you're making the car, because data is changing every day. There's new insights every day, and you don't know what's going on. So in that environment, I think the government is doing a fairly good job, and I think we as citizens need to sort of support the government in all of these initiatives.